Hello there, I am Tammy Bryan, a research associate here with my colleague Joseph Pulaski, a research analyst with the Ray Financial Services. Today I will be sharing with you an informational report concerning the relocation of the consulting and transaction advisory services. This report will make an easier transaction traveling the 5,135 miles from St. Louis, Missouri to Sao Paulo, Brazil. Some points that we will be covering and gaining knowledge on is the meaningful body language, the extreme inequality in number, as well as the difference in technology. Starting off with body language, we all know that this sign means okay. However, in Brazil, doing a thumbs up would be more effective, as the okay gesture is more of an obscene gesture. Shaking hands is also a great way of showing gratitude or showing respect as you meet or leave someone. But be prepared that in Brazil, they do not have personal space. While shaking hands, they will graze your elbow or even pat you on the back. In Brazil, it is a sign of loyalty, but for us, it's an invasion of space. Other hand gestures Brazil use, like fed up, is just an attitude adjustment for us. Different gestures are not culturally approved when visiting different countries. Since that's cleared up, I will let Joseph step up and tell us more about some shocking cultural differences.
All right, thank you so much for that, Tammy. My name is Joseph Plastic, and we're going to go ahead and continue this presentation with our second culture shock, which is the extreme income inequality between the United States and Brazil. While, of course, the United States has income inequality, and some could argue extreme income inequality, there are some real differences between Brazil and the United States regarding this topic. For one, an interesting statistic that we're able to find is that the six most wealthy people, in Brazil actually own more than the bottom 100 million citizens, which really kind of drives this point home. And again, we feel that this is extremely important for our ex partes going from St. Louis to Sao Paulo to really understand this. One of the other big differences here is in the United States, there's more mixing among the different classes, divided by income between rich, middle class, and the lower economic classes. Whereas in Brazil, things are a little bit more segregated, to where there's less mixing among the social classes, and they're really divided by income. In the United States, there's more income mobility. A big reason is because we do have programs in place to allow people of different classes to go to and pursue an education. In Brazil, things are a little bit different though. Regarding this, there are different social gatherings, there's different barriers of entry to really move up and pursue in education, to find a job or a career that can really move up as far as income goes. Alright, and moving on to our third and final culture shock that we've prepared for this presentation is some of the technological differences people might experience going from the United States to Sao Paulo, Brazil. It's really important to understand that Brazil is a developing country, and the technological progress compared to the US might differ. So an example of this is looking at the rates of patents which are produced, the different scientific publications that come out in Brazil, and the number of students overall graduated in STEM fields. And this means that the ex partes might experience some complications relating to technology. Being in the US and being in the West, which is really the pinnacle of technological progress, certain things could come about that could be challenging for people to go through. And Brazil isn't alone. Latin America has had complications as far as technological progress in the past, but we can see this being a factor and something important that at least our ex partes should be aware of before the move. Alright, and that's going to go ahead and conclude the informational segment of our presentation. Attached we have our works cited. That's going to go ahead and list all of the places that we found our research and our data relating to this project. The question portion of this presentation, the question proposed was, what was the most meaningful part of conducting our research? And for me, that would probably be communicating with my partner Tammy Bratton to compile culture shocks that will be meaningful for our ex partes relocating from St. Louis to Sao Paulo, Brazil. And our rubric is also attached here, and we thank you so much for watching our presentation, and we hope that you enjoyed it. Thank you.